Hey guys, it is Temi Siyanbade here, Houston-based attorney and host of Ask Temi Life, where we discuss the best ways to establish your business, protect your name, and keep your profits. Listen, this video right here, share it. I feel moved because this video right here is critical for the masses. Today, the question of the day is, what is the number one mistake I see a lot of Etsy shop owners make? I would say more than Etsy shop owners, but especially Etsy shop owners make. What is the number one mistake? Breaks my heart. Let's jump into it. All right, I'm going to jump into it with a story because I think it's important. I was on YouTube. You know, I like YouTube. I use YouTube for myself. I like to research on YouTube, but I also create videos on YouTube. And I was doing some research and I came across this woman on YouTube who was crying. She was crying because of this mistake, because Etsy saw what she did and they shut her company down. Whew. And I was like, I know that there are people who kind of talk about it, but I'm going to create a video dedicated to this because I don't want to see any more people crying on YouTube, not out of a mean or judgmental way. This is not by any means that. It's because I know that a lot of people don't know what they don't know, and they don't know what they don't know can actually hurt them. So here's the number one mistake. A lot of people on Etsy accidentally infringe on other people's copyrights and trademarks. Some of you already knew what I was going to say because you were like, what would the lawyer be talking about? But some of you didn't. And some of you are like, wait, I'm an Etsy shop provider. What do you mean? Okay, here's the deal. The rules with regards to what it means to copy someone are not as black and white as you think. Yeah, that's the heart of it. A lot of you don't understand what the rules are that are related to copyright and trademark. So I'm going to try and be really detailed and clear in this video, but I'm going to also encourage you to make sure you check out all the other resources that I have available, because I need you to understand this, because I do not want you to invest in the creation and production of lots of goods and then have Etsy shut it down, like, and snatch it from you and basically say the money that you spent has been wasted, right? You don't want to have that happen. So here's what you need to know if you are an Etsy creator and you do not want to find yourself in the same situation that these other people have with regards to copyrights and trademark infringement. Okay. First thing you need to know, and I have other videos on this, but a trademark is anything that identifies you as the source of a good or service. All right. Now, trademarks are things like logos, but they're also things for Etsy creators in particular. I want you to know they are things like the characters that have been created for these different TV shows. If you're creating like kids goods, you know, like Disney characters, those are all copyrights and they're all trademarks that belong to Disney. You can't create things that have those marks on them. When you do that and you put it on Etsy, you're opening yourself up to get shut down. You're going to invite a cease and desist letter from these big companies, and their pockets are deeper than yours because you're just getting started. You will lose that battle. I hate to sound so but I need to let you know, because again, I see people and I care. I legitimately care. I don't want to see it anymore for your own sake. If you have a friend who has an Etsy shop, you need to send this to them. Right? If you have a friend who is creating things and they're using Donald Duck, they're using Mickey Mouse or Minnie Mouse, did they get a license to use these things? If they did not, they're going to get a cease and desist letter. Like, it's a matter of time, especially on Etsy. Etsy will shut that down. It's not only for that too. I see some people like, okay, I went to the University of Georgia. Currently the reigning champions. I just had to put that out there. We're going for a 3-peat. Go Dogs. But I digress. I see people who are also into collegiate sports. And again, I'm not really into collegiate sports. I'm just a Georgia fan. I'm into that collegiate sport, into Georgia football. There are folks who are into those things and they're like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create something that represents my favorite college, you know, my favorite team, and I'm going to sell it. And it's because I just love the team so much and I think this is going to be helpful. Listen, unless you have permission from those institutions to produce their logos, to use their colors, you are infringing on their trademarks. Yes, if you are a Georgia fan and you decide that you are going to create a t-shirt that has a bulldog on it and it is red and black and you're going to sell it on Etsy, they're going to come after you. I love Georgia. They're going to come after you. They're going to send you a cease and desist letter and they're going to shut down your business. They're going to shut down your Etsy shop. If you have a separate website, they're going to shut it down. It doesn't even matter if it's on Etsy or not. It is infringement. Right? If you do that, if let's say I'm in Texas, you're a Houston Rockets fan and you're like, I'm going to create a t-shirt that has Houston Rockets, you're infringing on their trademark and you're going to get shut down. Okay? So those are some of the areas where I see this happening. You don't want to do that. Now I'm going to tell you about the story that inspired this. This one was one that is a little less known, but it's still infringement. So in this particular story, and it's on YouTube, you can search Etsy suspensions, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. There are a ton of videos on this where people are talking about it happening to them, but none from a legal perspective. And so in this particular video, this person was using the lyrics from someone's songs and putting them on t-shirts and selling them. My friend. That is copyright infringement. And it's like, wait, but it's a lyric. We listen to it all the time. Yes, it's a lyric. You listen to it all the time. But listen, if they created it, they have a right to control how what they created is distributed, including the lyrics to the songs, because it's their right. They created it. They own that. Right? Unless they've sold it to you, unless they've given you a license, you don't have the right to decide who gets to wear their lyrics on their back. They get to decide that. So if you're creating things that have the lines from people's music, the lines from people's books, right, and you're just selling it and it's not something that you created, you're infringing on a copyright and you're going to get shut down. I don't know how else to put it for you. Like in business, you've got to be able to create your own stuff, or if you want to use something somebody else you created, you have to get the right permission. It's not enough sometimes to just attribute that, oh, I got this from this person. No, you have to say, if I'm going to use a logo, if I'm going to use a name, if I'm going to use a lyric, I have your legal permission as documented by a contract that's giving me those rights, or some type of agreement that's showcasing that I have the right to use this. Let me give you an example. Even right now, you're listening to my YouTube channel, or you're listening to this as a podcast and you're hearing music. This music, I have a license to use it. I didn't just pull something off of Google. I didn't just pull something from my play. Like, I like music. I got a lot of songs. I got a lot of artists I like listening to, but I'm not going to pull any of their songs because I haven't had the opportunity to ask them for permission, right? If there's a platform where I can ask for their permission to use it, then I'm going to, right? We see the songs on Instagram. We have permission to use those on some of our posts, but we can't claim it as our own. And here on YouTube, we don't have that same permission. YouTube, you need a license to use music here. So I go and I pay for a license to use music on my YouTube because I don't want to get a cease and desist letter, right? So you don't want to either. I know I've emphasized a lot. I hope this didn't come. I'm not trying to, there's no judgment here. I'm just trying to help. I've seen too many videos. I want to put the information out there. And many of you, you might find that, I'm not in this situation, but I know somebody who might benefit from this. Please share this video with them and tell them to subscribe, because this is the type of information I want to put out there. I want to put out information about your mindset, but I also want to put out information about the law. I want you to have both of those things in order as you're navigating this business space and this business world. Now, if this has been really helpful for you, you might be asking, what's next? What do I do next? Because I want to move forward in terms of protecting my business. 3 options that I'm going to lay out for you. You choose what's going to fit best for you right now in terms of where your business is. The first option is to reach out directly to me. If you're trying to protect your trademarks, if you're trying to navigate, I want to open up an Etsy shop, but I don't know what I need to do from a legal perspective. Talk to me. You can call a lawyer in your jurisdiction. My information is on my website, www.toslegal.com/contact. That's one option. The second option is you're like, you know what? I want to do a little bit of DIY learning on my own. I don't really want to talk to anyone. I don't want to learn it at my own pace. Guess what? I created a course, and this actually is a free opportunity for you in the moment, for the time being. While at the time of this recording, it's free, but I'll put a link to it below. You can go ahead and watch one of our courses on this information. Get that. We have a course that talks about your business and your brand. It's called Level Up Your Business and Brand, and it is so comprehensive. You're going to learn so much. Sign up for it and walk through the course. Pace yourself, get through all the material so that you'll understand what you're navigating as you're creating your Etsy shop or your business, your e-commerce business. The third thing that I'm going to say, if you're trying to wonder what you have to do, is download the checklist. We have a checklist that shows exactly what I do with my clients. Walks you through that process. It's actually more of like a guide more than a checklist, like we explain each piece. But the benefit is once you do that, once you download that checklist, you sign up for it, you're also added to our email list where I share more information, more tidbits, more mindset and legalities and things like that for you to keep in mind. And sometimes promotions and deals before everybody else. So definitely check one of those 3 things out. Meet with me or another attorney, download the checklist, or access the course. 3 things for you to do. Now, In the chat below, as we wrap up, let me know what mistakes you think you may have made, or stories you've heard about these mistakes that have come up, or questions that you have. Feel free to do that. And then also, if you want to stay connected, feel free to follow me on social media, not in real life, at TOS Legal on all the platforms. So on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, all of them, it's at TOS Legal. That's all I have for you today. I hope you have an amazing day. I will talk to you soon. Bye.